We have one more night's sleep, and then we have football tomorrow morning in Cincinnati. Minnesota Vikings versus the Cincinnati Bengals at Paul Brown Stadium at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I feel like a little kid on Christmas Eve right now. This is the worst day of the year. This is by far the worst day of the year if you are a football fan, mainly because you have so much hope, so much optimism going into the first Sunday of the year, and I am painfully optimistic that the Minnesota Vikings are going to get it done tomorrow. And I got 5 main reasons why the Vikings are going to beat the Cincinnati Bengals by 1,000,000 points right now. So the Vikings by 1,000,000 points. I got 5 reasons. My first reason, I think this is probably the most obvious one, but I think it's kind of getting slept on a little bit. They won't be able to stop Dalvin Cook. I don't think the Vikings running game gets enough credit for what they are and what they've accomplished in the past years. You know, if you look at like the Baltimore Ravens, yes, they are a better running team than the Vikings, but the Vikings are right behind them. The Vikings are one of the best and most efficient running offenses in the NFL. And the Bengals linebackers and their safeties and their corners coming down, they're not going to be able to tackle him one-on-one. And the defensive line for the Bengals, yes, they have some more improved pass rushers, but they are not what they are not what they should be when it comes to stopping the run. The Vikings should be able to move the ball up and down the field against them. I don't really think that's going to be really that much of a threat to the Vikings is the Bengals stopping the run. I expect the Vikings to come in, establish the run early and often, and I think that will be the number one reason why the Vikings win. And my second reason is angry Kirk. Angry Kirk Cousins is going to be in full effect this Sunday. Listen, the noise that's been around him this offseason, for right or wrong, whatever your stance is on vaccines or, everything with Kirk Cousins, the way he's been, he has had so much noise, so much negativity coming from the media. I am sure there is not a single person in the Vikings locker room that wants to play more tomorrow than Kirk Cousins. He wants to go put 404 on the Bengals. Shut this whole conversation up. Angry Kirk Cousins is going to be a huge reason why the Vikings escape Cincinnati with a victory. I mean, I think if they are going to try to clamp down on the run, and I don't really think they'll be able to stop it, but the Vikings are ripping off 5-6 yards per carry. The bootlegs will be there. Jefferson will have one-on-ones on the outside against Eli Apple, whoever their practice squad corner is that's going to be guarding him. Nobody can guard Jefferson, Thielen on the outsides. Cousins, he needs to be aggressive, and when he's angry, he is aggressive. Pushing the ball downfield, not scared to take risk. He's heard all the noise. He just wants to go out there and ball more than anybody else. My second biggest reason is that we are going to get a pissed off, hungry, angry Kirk Cousins this Sunday. All right, and my third reason, it's just going to be one guy on the defense. He's kind of my idol. He's kind of my favorite player on the Vikings. Number 99 is back. That's the third reason. Number 99, he's back, and he's ready to go. Danielle Hunter, if we're talking about all the offseason moves for the Vikings, we're talking about everything. We're talking about Pat Pete, Rashad Breeland, Xavier Woods, Michael Pierce, Dalvin Tomlinson, bringing in Kendricks and Barr back off injury. That all doesn't matter, or it's just not as important as number 99 getting healthy, as Danielle Hunter getting healthy. That's the biggest game changer. We're adding in a top 5 edge. And I think people fail to realize that. He's great in pass rushing, 15 sacks a year. That's pretty much what he riddles off for his entire career. He's also elite in the run-stopping game, which will be huge this Sunday because you have those 2 big boys in the middle, which I mentioned, Dalvin Tomlinson, Michael Pierce. They'll be able to get some interior push, allow Kendricks to get loose, and then allow Hunter to set the edge on those running outside zone schemes that the Bengals run. Mixon's going to be in for a long day. I cannot wait for that. Danielle Hunter is back. 2.5 sacks. That's the over-under. I think I'm leaning towards a 3-sack game for Danielle. I really am. I think he's going to put himself on the map as a depot and a comeback player of the year right now. He's going for his first All-Pro, and I honestly believe he can do it. All right, and my fourth reason is I really believe the Vikings have a huge coaching advantage in this game. When it comes to the 2 head coaches, Zach Taylor, Mike Zimmer, I think Zimmer, just because of experience, what he's been through in the NFL, and kind of just his defensive mastermind of the game that he has, I think he's back. I think if there's one person on the Vikings that could really be who's back of the year for the Vikings, yes, Danielle Hunter is who's back of the year, but Mike Zimmer, his whole defensive game plan, we all know this, is to get the 3rd and long. And the Vikings were not able to do that at all last year because they had no interior pressure. They had no D-line to get off the field on those 1st and 2nd running downs where you could get a 2nd and 8. And then that's a 3rd and 8. And then Zimmer, I mean, he loves the 3rd down blitzes, send bar, send Smith, drop somebody. Like, he loves getting creative like that. The double A gap blitz, I'm sure we'll see that again. No Anthony Barr, so I think Troy Dye, Nick Vigil, they'll both have big games. Revenge game for Nick Vigil and Mackenzie Alexander. They might have big games too. But I think Mike Zimmer, huge coaching advantage over Zach Taylor. And I think he also has a coaching advantage over Joe Burrow. Kind of what we see with Belichick and how he flusters young quarterbacks. We see a lot of these other defensive coaches in the league, such as Mike Zimmer. They're able to fluster young quarterbacks. Joe Burrow's never played in front of a full stadium in an NFL game. I get he had his run at LSU. He's been in big-time moments. I'm not saying this will fluster him, but I'm saying it's different. It's a different look. It's NFL athletes. It's when a team comes into your house. It's when you are expected to win a game at home by your fans. And I get the Vikings are favored, but Bengals fans expect them to win. They want them to win. I mean, no shit. It's week 1. But then it's that pressure when it's like, damn, we're down 14-3. We really need a drive right now, and the stadium's silent. He hasn't experienced that when 60,000 people are silent. That's what the Vikings are going to do to him. That's what those 3rd and longs will do to him. I cannot wait for that. Mike Zimmer, huge coaching advantage in this game. All right, you guys ready for my insane 5th reason? Huge breakdown for this. No. The Vikings are better. The Minnesota Vikings are better than the Cincinnati Bengals. That's the main reason. That's all it is. Top to bottom. You list the 10 best players in this game. 8 of them are on the Vikings. Maybe 9. It really depends. You could go either way. I mean, Danielle Hunter, Harrison Smith, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Brian O'Neill. The best players in this game are on the Vikings. The best team is the Vikings. However, the Vikings do have some young guys. They are a very top-heavy roster, so an injury to a position group really allows young guys to step up. So that's a huge X factor in this game is if the young guys for the Vikings, the KJ Osborns, the Troy Dyes, the Mackenzie Alexanders, the DJ Wonums, we just need one of those guys to make a play, and I think we're all good. I got the Vikings. I said yesterday 31-23. I think I'm leaning towards something else right now. I don't think the Vikings will only score 31 points. I'm going to go 42. I'm going to go blowout. 42-21 Vikings. No, because that means no field goals. There's got to be a field goal here or there. We're going to go 38-17 Vikings. Right here. Mark it down. You guys heard it here first. So excited for this season. So excited to kind of spend it with you guys. 1.5 thousand subscribers. I'll have a video coming out tomorrow. Really thank you guys. But seriously, Skol Vikes. Can't wait. Everybody get your coffee in tomorrow because we are going to be hyped. I'm going to be at the game. So if you guys do see me, come up, say what's up. We'll talk about the Vikes for a little bit. Skol Vikes. I cannot wait for tomorrow.